Hey guys, in this video we are going to discuss 12 habits that millionaires have. Also, hopefully you can start applying them in your life to raise your possibilities of success. But before starting this video, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit the bell button to notify all the videos. Let's start this video. Tip number 1 is that they have a budget. Now, this could be a monthly budget or a once-a-week budget plan. Yet, they track their net worth via their income and expenses. And also, this is something that you are just going to need to become a habit if you are trying to execute it in your life. I have started it perhaps 2 years earlier and I have certainly noticed the differences. By doing this, you can understand where your money is going. Then you become extra aware of that. It's truly fun to see your net worth expand. Habit number 2 is that they are proactive. That's the primary step, as well as essentially it means when something wrong occurs to you, don't be reactive. You have the chance to go out and also change it. You have the opportunity to change the world. For example, numerous YouTube channels were started with a couple of subscribers, and also with time they get nearly 1 million subscribers now. They wish to keep an impact on the world, including more worth. That's what they did. Tip number 3 is that they read a lot. I can't get overstress this. I have read lots of books on success, psychology and self-development. One primary thing that I have seen among all of this is weird, since it's meta. Because it's also in books is that they read a lot of books. Millionaires like to fill their heads with concepts, since ideas are seeds for business and business creates profits. If you intend to raise your possibility of becoming a millionaire, the top thing I can suggest is to read more. Read more non-fiction. Read more things that will certainly help you become a better person. Social skills, business development, personal growth, almost anything you can get on your hands on, just start reading. Also newspaper. I have seen people read newspapers, business reports, all sorts of things. Read. Fill your head with all kinds of ideas. These concepts will certainly start to compound. To tip number 4 is to be super curious. Now it connects reading, since if you are reading something that you are not curious about, it's not going to be fun. I mean, we have read books in high school. These were fiction. These were stories as well. As I felt, I'm not even like, this is not interesting. I don't want to read this. Also, the curiosity part of it, most of the millionaires are curious. If you find a millionaire who isn't curious, I want you to let me know. However, I don't assume that. I have never met a business owner or a millionaire or a billionaire who is not curious. I bet most billionaires are super curious. They never stop learning. Tip number 5 ties into tip number 4, which is to pursue your curiosity. So, you can have curiosity. You can be curious regarding something. I imply I have seen this in the past. My brother asked me a question and I was like, what do you have in your pocket today? It's a mobile phone. Then why don't you look it up? I imply you can be curious about something. But seeking that interest as well as taking action against it is something that millionaires do. Tip number 6 is they find a mentor. If you have ever seen any of the Thai Lopez ads, you will know something that he is enormous about finding a mentor. Also, he wants to be a mentor for you. He wants you to pay cash for you to be his mentor. That is simply part of his business strategy. Yet, in truth, a mentor can miss you throughout all kinds of failures that you would suddenly have yourself if you listen to your mentor. I imply that lots of people learn blunders by themselves. Yet, if you can miss that procedure and pick up from somebody else's mistakes, since they are a mentor to you, it's going to provide you a jump start on being a millionaire. Tip number 7 is goals. Goals are crucial in any aspect of life, simply since they will assist you with inspiration and also they will help you with discipline. Having goals, setting goals and then achieving those goals is something that works. You need to be independent. Because for me, I love to be competitive. I enjoy its simplicity. It's inspiring me. So you need to have goals that are congruent to what inspires you. It can't escape there, yet they also can't be short-sighted. My most vital tip is finding brilliant goals, which is an acronym that represents particular, measurable, achievable, relevant and time-bound. And also, if you make use of all these things and also create a target around them, it must inspire you. Tip number 8 is to do daily lists. Every early morning when I get up, what I do is write 3 things that I wish to get done that day. It's very essential because every time I do among those things, I get cross it off. It motivates me to do the following one. If I am lying in bed at night and one of those things is not crossed off, I will often rise out of bed at 11:30 at night and go ahead and I need to get this one. It's making me mad. I can't go to sleep. As well as I will do it. And for some reason that inspires me as well, as I believe it will motivate you also. It's something that I have realized a lot. Starting a lot of millionaires, they like to do lists and arrange those checklists. They always utilize those checklists to complete what I pointed out in the previous step, which was goals. Tip number 9 is to have multiple streams of income. Now, this is genuinely technical. It's like raining money. When you get various income sources, it just feels fantastic. Can you think of having $1 thrown at you on the left side, $1 on the right side, $1 dropping from the sky, looking down and seeing a $5 bill? That's what it is to have multiple sources of income. Money comes at you from all different angles, and also if one breaks down, if I get fired from my job, I got another places to count on. That's something that millionaires do. They have multiple streams of income. It's important not to confuse this with the next step, which is not to diversify. Now, you have most likely heard the term diversify your portfolio and you will get rich. The essential thing in many people, many millionaires, if you study them, what they do is they don't diversify their portfolio till after they are a millionaire. To become a millionaire, they place all their eggs in one basket. Check out that basket, watch it, and ensure none of the eggs breaks. Don't diversify. You need to concentrate on something. Place all of your energy and focus on one thing. Don't diversify it. If you look at Mark Cuban, he started one business, made a lot of money and started a different company. He concentrated on just that second firm. Boom, made a lot of money as well as it continues. Currently, he diversifies since he had multiple companies with time, but he had only one focus, which is one thing I think that millionaires have it can do, that you can apply in your life too, is to have one focus. Tip number 11 is to avoid time wasters. Currently, there are lots of things in this world as well as time that you can do. What will essentially waste your time? But millionaires, among their habits are that they recognize the significance and worth of their time. They will never get time back. And you need to recognize that also. When you understand that, you will begin valuing your time a lot more. When you start valuing your time a lot more, you will recognize very easy to avoid plenty of time wasters. You realize checking your Facebook for half an hour a day, you understand just how much more productive you could be if you transform that right into business growth or composing a book. If you spend 30 minutes writing a book for a year, you could have like 2 or 3 books composed. I can almost assure it just recognize the worth of time, and also if there is something in your life that is wasting your time, like you are hanging out with a friend, and also you are not getting any worth out of it and you are not helping them either, and afterward cut that line. Tip number 12 is focused on highest earning activity. Something that I have come up with has never really been mentioned in any book that I have checked out. Yet I have discovered it. A lot of millionaires concentrate on their highest earning activities. For example, one thing I do below on my channel is I have noticed there are a lots of various kinds of videos. I do book reviews, I do top 10s, I do checklist. There are all kinds of video. But one habit that I have seen millionaires perform in the past that I am going to try to replicate is concentrating on which videos are the highest earning ones that gets me the most views. In short, what brings me to my goal that fast. Also, there is a lot of people who make these mistakes. They are like, oh, I wish to make $1 million. Still, I want to have $10,000 in my saving account, or I want to purchase this $10,000 car. That is not the highest earning activity. If you buy that car, it's going to cost you money. If you spend 30 minutes at a local food store attempting to determine which can of peas is most likely to save you 3 cents, that's not a high earning activity. In fact, you are actually wasting your time when you can spend 3 additional cents to the can of peas as well as have 30 extra minutes to work on your company. Now I am going to review this. Tip number 1 is to have a monthly or weekly budget. Tip number 2 is to be proactive. Tip number 3 is to read a lot. Tip number 4 is to be super curious. And tip number 5 is to pursue that curiosity. Tip number 6 is to have a mentor. Tip number 7 and 8 is to have goals and have daily lists to accomplish those goals. Tip number 9 is to have multiple streams of income. Tip number 10 is not to diversify but be extremely focused. Tip number 11 is to avoid time wasters, and the last tip is to focus on the highest earning activities in your life. If you guys enjoyed this video, click the like button and leave a comment below and share with others. If you want more videos like this, subscribe to our channel with notification on. I hope I added immense value to your life from this video. Thanks for watching.